All right, guys, welcome back to another KevCAM night school tonight. Tonight I have Mr. Steve Welsh helping out with any questions or concerns that come up along the way.
Evening, everybody. Steve Welch here. So my first one doing it for the new year. So I'll wish you a happy new year and hope your year's off to a good start. So
absolutely. I do see a couple new names in here, so I'll go through the usual here. So for all the night classes, we do these in GoToWebinar. Everybody is in mute just to eliminate any background noise. If you guys do have questions, definitely feel free to shoot those in here. And there is a questions panel of the GoToWebinar. And go ahead and type those in and we'll get those answered right away for you. This is not a structured class at all. It's laid back, and throw your questions in there and we'll get those answered for you guys right away. And then also, a lot of these classes are based off of what you guys want to see. So we have our tell me what you guys want to learn, and I will teach it, and we'll send you some SolidCAM swag as a thank you. And for those of you guys that don't have my email address, let me get that into the chat area for you guys. So there is my email address, kevin.rankel@solidcam.com. I know our regulars in here probably have that memorized by now, but for those of you guys that also, what we do is we record each session for you guys. So if you guys ever need to look back at an older session or an older night class, come over to the SolidCAM University, or you can type in KevCAM. Should bring you to this page right here. If you click under videos, it will have all the different videos in here that we've done. We do the whole night class ones in here, and we also do quick little tips and tricks along there also for you guys. So we're constantly trying to add more material in here for you guys to get more proficient with the software. And like I said, if you guys do have something that you guys want to see, shoot that over to me, email, and I can find the video for you. Steve's great at that. He's like, hey, do we have a video on this? Yeah, go do a search and we'll find it for him. But
99 times out of 100, Kev, there's already some content built.
Yep. So definitely feel free to shoot those over to me in an email, and I can find those for you too. But that kind of wraps up that. So tonight we are covering manual turning. It's going to be a pretty kind of short class, like we've been kind of going along the last couple of weeks, just because there's not a whole lot of excitement in there. But like I said, tonight we're going to be covering manual turning. Manual turning is pretty much exactly what it is. It is, there's no technology. There is no, wall offset finishing. There's nothing like that of sort. The manual turning was actually introduced for custom tool. So getting a custom tool to fit in a specific location. And with the turning parameters, with updated stock that's constantly updating for you guys, is sometimes we just don't get that path that we're looking for. So one good way of looking at it is, like, if you guys on the milling guys that are in here too, when you guys just draw a 2D sketch and you use that for your profile, that's pretty much what we're doing here. We can use sketches like I'll do right here. We can grab geometry off of there and do whatever we want, and it's going to cut exactly that path for us. So let me open up manual turning here. So same as normal, we got our geometry page. For this one, I'll go ahead and grab our geometry real quick here. And so I drew some, or I shouldn't say I did, Mark Pimentel, our training manager, actually had him come up with a couple parts and did a great job. And we're kind of talking about this, and for some of you guys that are, this kind of got brought up as, like, if you guys are running a case hardened part, like Thompson shaft, where you got that first layer that's super hard, but then anything below that, we can take larger cuts. So this would be a good time you could do that, is you could throw a bunch of lines in here right up here, and then as you get closer to the center, you can space those out because the material becomes softer. So like I said, real simplified, easy to use, and it's very, very basic. So for our first one here, I'll just chain up what what we're looking for here. So I'll grab that chain here. All right, so we kind of got the roughing there, and go a little bit deeper in here. And now what I'm gonna do is I want to finish it off. So come here, come here. Oop, let me undo that last one and grab that one. And I got sketches on top of sketches here, so I'll have to use a select other to get that small little gap in there. Grab this line, kind of go up, over. There we go. So for my first pass, I'm going to come up here as rate in order, because it's going to follow these chains that I picked right in order. So it's going to start at 1 and take a cut, come to 2, take a cut, come to 3, 4, 5, all the way out to number 8 to do that finished cut going all the way through.
Hey, Kev.
Yep.
Quick question. When would you go to manual turning versus just the straight lathe programming? Or, I mean, is there any generalities that?
There is. So when you guys, if we're doing a straight turning, like this one up here, in straight turning, you guys have the ability to, so the roughing is only based off of the updated stock. So let's say you want to go, just kind of keep going past, and you want it to, the roughing pass to go a little bit farther past, or a lot farther past. You can manually do a manual turn and grab those lines and go way past, even though that you may be cutting air or just kind of doing a skim cut. That's one example. Kind of like what we're doing right here. If we're doing, multiple, in regular turning, I can't take this geometry right here and do closer lines up here and then fan out the lines as I get deeper into the material.
Just more control, Kevin.
Yeah, it's more control, but you have to give it that control.
Exactly.
So you have to kind of put I don't want to say it this way, but you have to kind of put the work into it, to get exactly what you want. And, pretty simple to do too. I mean, when Mark drew these lines right here, added these in here, he just went off of the target sketch right here, right click and just do edit sketch, and then added these sketch lines in there. So
cool. Thanks. Perfect.
And I can take a peek at my modified geometry here, but not really much I need to worry about because I'm manually just kind of going up and around, so we should be good. Tool, I'm just go ahead and grab a standard tool here. Now, sit back in your chair. There's a whole lot in the technology. Like I said, just manual turning. It's as basic goes. So all you really have right here is just reversing the cut direction. You don't have wall offsets. You don't have follow ISO lines. Doing all that is all basically what you've done in the sketching here. And then same thing with the link. Just where do you want your approach, from the right safety corner, or we have all the other options down for here for you guys that we've kind of covered in the past. So let's do save and calculate here. Okay, so we got our part here. And it shows us our cut lines, and it's just following those exact cut lines that we specified.
Same philosophy as SolidCAM always has. We can help you along, or you can take as much control over the tool path as you want. Correct, Kevin?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
And there we go. I mean, it's as basic as it gets right there. And like I said, this is more, I like manual turning because I think as being a machinist, we all are anal, I guess you could say. We want to see certain things done a certain way. This way, excuse me, I can draw in a specific sketch for the turning to follow that specific sketch. So that's one part, I really like about it is, like Steve said, we have the, the automatic stuff, but if you want to do it, your way, we know that way is going to work because you've done it before, no problem at all, because we can add that in there for you. So, any questions on this part?
Nothing so far, Kevin. George just mentioned, and I think it was a pretty accurate statement, it's kind of like lathe engraving.
Yeah, absolutely. Just grabbing that 2D sketch and going to town.
Yep.
So, yeah,
exactly.
Great analogy. Okay, so that is manual turn on that one. Let me close out.
Kev, quick question.
Yep.
Can you use cutter comp? Matthew asked.
No, there is no cutter comp. Let me bring that part back up here.
Great question too, Matthew. Thank you.
Yep, there is no cutter comp that you can turn on. So that is, you could add it in the G code, but like I said, with the manual turn, it was developed for shape tools. And with shape tools, cutter comp can get a little tricky just because the different shapes that are out there and all the different grooving tools and all that stuff. So where is basic as basic gets right here, Matt. So to answer your question, no, there is no cutter comp, but we can add that in on the G code, or like I said, if we want to get just kind of use this as a roughing strategy and grab this line, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, do that as the manual turn, and then come back for that finishing pass where comp is really crucial for us, is then we can come and do our turning and just do a one finished turning pass coming along this entire area. So great question though. Forgot about cutter comp on that one. All right, so let's go to
Kev, another quick question. Can you add odd tools like turn with a grooving tool?
Okay, yep. Would you consider...
He's got something.
This odd tool right here? So, hopefully that's what we're kind of getting at, is the funky looking tools, misshapen ones. Yes, absolutely. So what that tool, what I wanted, or what the intent was, and Mark did a great job doing this one, is doing a groove tool, but it's a double groover. This is definitely a custom tool. I could not do this with regular grooving operation just because we have two inserts kind of going right here, and I don't want to do every single one because I would be double cutting. So I'm going to have to skip over and go over this. So let's just dive in here. Okay, so yeah, chain. Come on. Hit the green checkbox. I'm going to do every other one here. Ah, dang. I forgot to hit the green check mark. There we go. Okay, so I got my chains that I want to do. Like I said, those are going to go in the exact order of the way you pick those chains. So it's going to start on the right side and work its way to the left. Now, you'll see right here, the gap between these slots are 300 thou wide. Okay. My tool, let me select my tool here. And I need a flip this guy, and yeah, my tool still looks a little beyond funk here. There we go. Okay, so you can see my tool. Let me get over to, I need a point, but so I have an insert on the left side, and I have an insert on the right side. So like I said, I want it to come in here, move over, come out. Skip one, come over, move over, and come out. So I have a 300 thou wide slot right here. My tool is 250 thou wide. So I need to shorten up my start point, because if I start all the way over here and move over and then come up, I'm wiping out that previous outside diameter, you call it, or I keep looking at this and keep thinking of a camshaft or a motor, but this lobe right here. So what I want to do is kind of shorten that up by the width of my tool. So if I go to my geometry, and I want to do a minus 0.250 thou, I'm going to apply that to all my chains. And this one, I need to turn off the auto extension for each one of my chains here. Okay, so I got chain 1 through 7 here, and you'll see that I shortened it up by that 250 thou to compensate for that that grooving tool for us, or that custom grooving tool. Technology, nothing there. So let's just do save and calculate. And let's do simulate here. Come in, groove out, looks good. So I'm getting a little bit of a retract back to the original position right here. Let's say I want to go farther out. I don't want to, come in here and extend my sketch. Easy enough. I can come over to my geometry, click the modify geometry button here, and if I put a 50 thou extension, so it's coming up far enough, or maybe 100 thou would be better. Apply to all. Can't get this out of the way here. So now we're coming in straight out. So that's kind of, this is really what the module was built for, is doing custom tools and stuff like that. Tried to find some different shapes, but I couldn't think of any, so I kind of let Mark dream up something here. But we got like a fork tool here, and we could do all grooves just all in one pass here. But we can also use it to manipulate other things too. So if you guys, like I was saying before, if you guys are doing, if we do a turning here, and if under technology, and I just want to do a rough only, I don't have the option to do the entire geometry like I do with the finish on for rest material or entire geometry here. So with the roughing strategies, I can extend it off more and go into different custom directions versus kind of going just off of, we want to do a smooth pass, stepping down X amount. This is definitely much easier to do, but if you're looking for that exact tool path of, I want it to do exactly what I want it, what I want to draw with my pencil, that's not a problem. We just have to just draw that 2D sketch in there to get that in there for you guys.
And Kevin, if you had a funky tool like that, it'd just be a matter of getting the model from the tool provider, or just putting it together in SolidWorks and then putting it in your tool library, correct?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
So,
funky tools.
Funky tools.
Right.
That's why I think their little icon. Let me see if I can. So they got somewhat of a grooving tool right here. But you kind of see up here the little blue insert, I guess you could say. Looks like a first aid star or a cross. It's like I said, it's more driven for the custom tools, but there are plenty of scenarios where manual turning is exactly what you're kind of trying to achieve and get that ideal tool path that you're looking for. So, like I said, like when you guys are doing those harder parts, we can have those lines spaced really close apart and then slowly start fanning out, where we can't do that inside of turning. So we don't have the option in our technology here to do, we're only able to do 40 thou step down, where I don't have the option to say, all right, for the first pass, I wanted to take, lesser amounts, and for the more passes that I get deeper into the material, I wanted to take, more hogging. So does that make sense to everybody? If I'm not confusing you guys.
Kevin, if I can understand it, I'm hoping the group can. Matthew gave you a thumbs up?
Perfect. Okay.
Kevin, manual turning comes in the standard lathe package, right?
Yep.
Just a
Absolutely.
different option?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So you guys, for manual, for standard lathe package, you guys are going to get all of this right here. So you're going to get tricoidal turning, manual turning, and I'm excited to show you guys the tricoidal. I'll get into something a little bit cooler here. But manual turning, cutoff, angle groove, grooving, threading, drilling, turning, and facing. I don't know on the simultaneous tilted if that comes with standard grooving, or I'm sorry, standard turning or not. I'll have to look into that one. But once we get up to this one right here, I'll fill you in on it. So
perfect.
But any other questions, guys?
A little bit of a quiet group tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, these shorter turning ones, I know they're a little boring, but hopefully get something out of it, and they're a little shorter than normal. But we'll be getting into some definitely more advanced stuff, and more gray hairs on my head coming out soon too, because when we get into the mill turn side of things, depending on post processor and stuff, I want to try to get you guys to know as much as possible. So, but I don't see anything else coming up. I can't think of anything else to kind of cover in that turning. Different strategies, but I had one customer part file, and I never heard back if I could use it, so I couldn't. I was hoping to show that for you guys, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So, but
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't see anything else coming in. So, all right, guys, that kind of, like I said, kind of short, simple, easy turning strategy here. Something I haven't brought up for a while, and thanks, Ron, or Ronnie, you came in as Ron.
Threw you for a loop, did it?
Yeah, threw me for a loop there. But let me, I got to find it here. Let me crank this over. I haven't brought this one up for a while, but, let us, tell your friends, co-worker, or friends, buddies, guys that you sit at the bar with, tell them about SolidCAM, and we'll give you a little reward as a thank you.
Yeah, Kev, I'll just chime in on that too. It's not a come on, or, we're not looking for you to be our sales arm by any means. But if you feel like there's somebody out there that you're acquainted with or friends with or know that could benefit by taking a peek at SolidCAM, we're very respectful. We're not going to hound people. All we'd like to do is get the product in front of them, see if it could help them, and if they would end up kind of joining the family, there's a nice reward in it for you that can be taken advantage of too. So
yeah, I mean, they always say word of mouth is the absolute best advertisement, and that's why we want to do whatever it takes to get you guys up to speed and knowing the software and helping you guys out whatever way possible. So if you guys are struggling with parts or have questions with the CAM software, please, I can't stress this enough, shoot me an email or give us a call on the support line, and all of our support guys will be gladly help you guys out in any way possible, or if you guys, like I said, want to shoot me email direct, you guys all have my email address, so let us know what we can do to help you guys out. Because like I said before, we want you guys to have the absolute best CAM experience you guys ever had before. So.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Is that it, Kevin?
I think that's it, guys. So I just want to thank you for attending the night class on a Tuesday night here, and appreciate all the feedback from you guys and all the great comments. Definitely love getting those from you guys. And I think that's it. Next week we'll cover tricoidal turning, aka eye machining for turning, and kind of show you how that works and the different variables that we can switch up in there, and so you guys can start using eye machining for turning and show you how that works.
Perfect. Good deal. I'll thank everybody too. Have a good evening, and please let us know if we can help you at all.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.